Welcome to the American Contractor Show, the show that's all about American contractors living the American dream. I'm your host, John Dye. Each episode will introduce you to contractors just like you who have beaten the odds and leveled up their game to become the dominant force in their markets. Together, we'll explore the tools and tactics that unlock the secrets to their success. Join me as we begin the journey that leads to the realization of your American dream. Hey guys, we are at RoofCON 2020, the second RoofCON that's ever happened, and we have a really special treat in this episode. We get the first look at the hail trace truck. This is the hail chasing truck that they just had built. It's not complete all the way, but they're going to let us at least get a little in-depth look at what they've built here, and then hopefully in the spring we'll get a whole lot of great footage while we're chasing with them later on this next year. So let's check it out. We're here with Derek Klein, the owner of Hail Trace, and he's going to give us a little tour of the truck, and I'm going to actually give him the mic and let him show us around at some of the different tools and instruments that this truck has attached to it, because it's pretty insane. So Derek, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, man, this is pretty exciting here. So this is kind of the reveal, right? Haven't shown. In fact, my team didn't even see the truck until 2 days ago. So this is pretty special. So everything is designed for us to be able to chase storms and do research and do a lot of different things. So we've custom built this rack that goes all the way over the truck, and it's custom built in a couple of different ways. So like each section of the rack is actually designed to do something different. So up underneath here, we left everything open, and then netting will be installed. That will be actually the catch-all. It will catch all of our hail, and it will funnel it right to our rear window. And that's so we can grab hailstones and actually measure the density of the hailstones when we crush them in real time, right as they fall. We don't have to wait for them to melt. We don't have to wait for the rain and hail to stop. We can just grab them in the middle of the storm and see exactly what's going on with it. Obviously, we want to be able to measure the different weather that's going on, so we can measure wind and wind speed. We can get temperature, dew point, rainfall rate, humidity, everything that we need from this. It's all solar powered and actually shoots to a wireless console that's inside of the truck that we're able to feed that in. We've got, the lights are not working yet, so unfortunately they're close. So these are actually strobe lights though, so we can flash these. There's actually one there, there's one right there. There will be 2 other lights that will be installed here, and we'll actually have another camera that will go right here as well. And the purpose of that is so we can put a roof. We're going to build a roof right on the back of this deck, and right as we get into hail, we will slide this out, and we will research we'll have shingles, yeah. Actually, I think one of the first things that we might do, which sounds kind of fun to me, I don't know, maybe the people watching can let us know if they think this would be cool. So I was talking to a guy, and he wants to put a solar panel back here. And I was like, I'm down for breaking a solar panel. I think that would be really awesome. That's not as much fun because it's hard to, like, that stuff's legit.
Show it off.
Well, I mean, I'll do it for a little bit, but I like breaking stuff when it's back here. But that stuff is legit. We have to do it, we have to do some F-Wave, I think. So we'll have to get a hold of those guys over there. I like it. Throw something back there. So yeah, so super excited about that. Lots of storage too up under here. And a lot of this is for when we go into hurricanes. There's a lot of supplies that we have to take in hurricanes. We want to be prepared for being stuck there for days, essentially. So, you can put food in here, obviously clothes, sometimes toiletries, like stuff that you don't need to think about. But, if you're stuck somewhere without a restroom.
Which just happened, right?
Yeah, literally. We were stuck for 18 hours in a location. Which isn't really that long, but when you don't have air conditioning, a bed, food, it actually feels like a lot longer than what it actually is. So lots of storage for that. And then actually on the side here, we have other storage containers that we can store stuff. We have extra gas, so that way we can store a little bit of gas. Now the Raptor actually has a 37-gallon tank, which is pretty awesome. So when we're not pulling anything, we can get about almost 500 miles to a tank, which is really awesome. So we know we have fuel, but we can get an extra 4 gallons out of both of those as well. One of the things that we always like to do for hurricanes as well, since we're on that topic, is we like to, if they're bad enough, we like to get into parking garages because they're a nice, secure structure that we can be into. The truck is actually about 2 inches too tall to fit in there. Not with this. This will actually fold over to the side. So we just kind of undo this nut right here, fold it down to the side, and then everything holds steady there. But what we'll do is we'll release the pressure in the tires. And so we'll actually drop the truck anywhere from 3 to 4 inches. And then we have an air compressor underneath the truck so that we can compress the tires back up when we're done. So that's a pretty cool hurricane trick. Also lights all over this. So we've got our light bars up here. They go all the way around. We've got lights underneath, lights on top, lights on the front. And we have the ability to control those. We can switch those from inside. I'll show you those in just a minute. But hurricanes, very common to not have power. And then just in general storm chasing, a lot of times you're in rural areas where you don't have lights, or you can lose power in that stuff as well. So we have the ability to light everything up so we can still see what's happening around us, which is really, really awesome. Here's the storage containers on the side. So we can open those up and keep supplies or whatever it is that we need inside of both of those. Now the back is a bit of a mess, but I'm going to show it to you because we have a lot of stuff that's going to be going into this. So in order to power all these lights, we had to have a custom alternator built for the truck. So there's been a custom alternator, and then it charges the battery in the front, but we need more battery supply outside of that. So there will be and again, this is kind of a mess right here with all of our trade show supplies, but right here, there's actually going to be a server rack that will be installed here. The server, we'll have an actual server that we can live stream video from, and we can shoot it from a 360 cam that's mounted on the roof of the truck where we can spin it around and see what's going on. We've got dash cam, we've got GoPros and all kinds of cameras that go all over this truck. But then we'll actually have two, they're like 100 pounds each, batteries. These things are big, heavy batteries. Go here, you can actually see the cables that they've run back here. Had to custom build a whole relay system for all the lights to be able to switch and do all the different things that go along with that. So all that is actually still going to be put in here as soon as the truck gets back. So they made it trade show ready. They didn't make it storm chase ready yet. Now you can kind of see the cage on the front now. So the back cage, again, we said was designed to catch hail for us. Or be able to slide out and impact different materials that we want. The top part here is open, but there'll actually be a piece of Lexan that'll go across the top because we have a sunroof or a moonroof on the roof of the truck. So we'll still be able to see out and look up into the storm or look at the hail that's hitting the roof, but we'll be protected from the glass actually breaking. Then as we go to the front, we have the cage that's built to protect the windshield. Now, I'm not necessarily worried about breaking the windshield. That's actually not the problem. You know, $200 for a windshield is not a big deal for us. The bigger issue is that when you break the windshield, you're done storm chasing. So if you're an hour into a storm chase and boom, you just shatter the windshield and there's still tons of good storms happening, you're done. You can't do anything. So we want to protect ourselves so we can continue to chase. We also have 3M liner on all the side windows that keep us from breaking out all the windows there. Trying to think what else. We've got, again, camera systems. There's weather radio in the front. We have radar in there that we utilize with internet. We have a cell booster that's been installed on the truck. Make sure that we get the best cell coverage. In fact, you know, we chase for a local news station in Oklahoma City. When we chase for them, we actually have it's kind of cool. They have this system set up that we have 6 cell phone antennas that go on the truck. 3 of them are AT&T and 3 of them are Verizon. And it's great. Like, they can live stream video in areas where I can't even talk on my cell phone. It's absurd, you know, the coverage that they can get with that. On the front, we actually put the lights down low. So there are no lights on the top. What we learned from storm chasing was that when the light bar was up here and it was raining, it was like blinding, like the light reflected off of all the raindrops. And so we actually put the lights all down here on the bottom, so that way it's underneath the rain, so that way we can still see out in front of ourselves. And again, strobe lights all around it. We have the ability to flip whatever lights on that we want at whatever time. We have a winch.
So that when the Raptor gets stuck.
Yeah,
you can pull it out.
yeah, exactly. Or we run into people all the time that get stuck too, and we like to be able to help when we can. And that's another reason why we also deflate the tires, because when we deflate the tires, the tread will actually widen up on these tires, which will allow the mud to fly out of them. So that way we can get ourselves out that way as well. We actually got stuck in our previous truck on a mud road. It was a clay road though, so there was actually no mud. Like, it was like this thick. Like, that was how deep the tires left tread. But it just caked into the wheels and it just turned them into slicks. And so we just slid right into the ditch going half a mile an hour. I mean, there was nothing we could do. So the ability to deflate those tires will be really, really useful. But yeah, so everything, nothing is welded to the truck. Everything is custom built to be able to, we've, drive as fast as we want. You can walk around on top of this rack. It's not going anywhere. It can withstand 100, 150 mile an hour winds and do just fine. So it's all built and ready to rock and roll, and now we're just waiting on storms. So,
dude, this is freaking awesome. Like, this whole truck is just amazing. And people have been like freaking out at the show today, like looking at this thing.
It's crazy, all the people taking pictures. Like, it's like every time you walk by, somebody's like, got their selfie or whatever it is in front of the truck. So, and the old one, people liked it, but the response has been completely different with this one. This has been insane.
These trucks are like our mascots now.
Right. Come here, boy.
No, I love it, dude, and it's so sick. Like, everything you guys have done, the tires, the wheels, the whole, the way you guys have built all this stuff into it, it looks like it's ready to go. What's your friend Reed Timmer think about this?
He hasn't seen it yet, so I don't know. I'm sure he'll see it very soon, because we see him in all the storms. He's a super cool guy too, if you don't know him. So I'm sure he's gonna like it. I can't imagine he won't. So maybe he'll want to go for a ride in it sometime. Although I don't. He might be a little more daring than I am. I don't know. We'll see.
He'd drive it into a tornado, I feel like, right into the tornado and wait for it.
He would, yeah, he would for sure. And I don't want to say that I wouldn't. I would say that my wife would not let me storm chase ever again if I did, and I like to storm chase a lot, so I probably won't.
So here's the last thing I want to talk about real quick, and I know we're over here in your booth, we're talking about all this stuff. So what exactly will this change for Hail Trace as far as having this tool in your arsenal now?
Yeah, so the big thing is it's going to allow us to read soft and hard hail. We're going to be able to measure that type of stuff. We're going to be able to look at what hail does to different material, right? The goal is not to determine what specific size of hail it takes to damage stuff. It's to show that the hail size doesn't really matter in a lot of cases, that it's actually the density of the hail, the volume of the hail, the velocity that is falling. It's those things that we have to figure out to determine how damaged or what was damaging and what wasn't. And so that's the goal. We'll be able to get out in the field and test. This won't be fake ice. It won't be made in a laboratory. This will be real life hail, big, small. It's going to be all different sizes, and we're going to get to really test what actually happens.
Well, yeah, as a meteorologist, now you'll be able to tell, okay, these conditions produce this type of hail versus these conditions that produce this specific density of hail that ultimately determines what's damaged and what's not.
Exactly, and that's the goal. We just, we want to get better data, as good a data as we can get, and then see what kind of results we can get, and then try to make products better.
Dude, that's so cool, and the science behind it all is going to be super fascinating for the industry, because it's going to revolutionize what we're doing.
Yeah, it's going to change. I think was it 10, 15 years ago, hail maps were the big thing, right? And so we think that we have the next product that's going to revolutionize. It'll be a hail map level of technology that'll come to the industry. So we're super excited about where we're headed and the things that we're trying to do. We just don't want to sit still. We want to keep improving, keep making things better for the industry. and just everything that we can to help out.
Bro, congratulations on the truck. Congratulations on all the success. I love what Hail Trace is doing. Thank you for being a part of American Contractor Show. We're super proud to be on here as well and sponsoring what you guys are doing.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us. We love being on the show as well. So
thanks, man. And thanks for letting us take this little look at it, little sneak peek of the truck before everyone else.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, first time release it.
We'll get this out right away, man. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Thanks so much for watching today's show. Make sure to like and subscribe our pages so that you can stay up to date with every episode. And by the way, this show is all about you, the American Contractor. Be sure to comment and let us know what you want to hear about and what subjects you want us to touch on. We'll be sure to include them in a future episode. Thanks again, and I hope you have a great day.